Good evening, everyone. Most of the Little League Baseball districts tonight had games for the younger kids, the 9 and 10-year-olds. We reached Marquette just in time to catch part of a loser's bracket game between Negaunee and Pinocchio Range. Bottom of the 5th, Pinocchio Range in the red and white trying to add to its lead. Top of the order, it's center fielder Braden Nelson, and he's going to be safe at first on the infield hit, but he would be stranded. So Pinocchio Range, excuse me, had a 4-run advantage at 15-11 going into the top of the 6th. Nico Lukarainen with 2 strikes. Could have been the last out, but a nice base hit by Nico keeps the game going. Gavin Sanders also reached base, so that brought up Jace Turi. And Jace is going to bounce one that eludes a couple of gloves. And the next thing you know, here comes Lukarainen around third, heading home, and that brings Negaunee within 3. Gavin Jacobson is the next hitter, and he is going to make solid contact, but the ball goes right to the third baseman, and the throw to first is on the money, and Pinocchio Range lives for another game, defeating Negaunee 15-11. Negaunee's tournament run is over. Pinocchio Range is back tomorrow to face Ishpeming on the scoreboard. Ishpeming fell to Portage Lake 11-1. Also in 9-10 baseball, Kingsford over Norway 10-3. Escanaba cruised past Gladstone 12-2. And Tri-County outscored Munising 16-13. Junior 13-14 baseball, Norway a big victory over Escanaba 15-0. And in minor 9-10 softball, Escanaba also played Negaunee. Escanaba won this game by the count of 3-1. The Bark River Lions Club is back with the 40th annual off-road races this weekend at the Bark River International Raceway. One local name fans will often hear over the public address system is Kleiman. In the first of a 2-part series called Team Kleiman, TV6's Ethan Schmidt talks to the big boss about his career and getting ready to help the next generation.
Mark Kleiman is not a new face to the world of off-road racing. In fact, he has worked hard through his career to become a pro-light racer.
Having a good time coming out here and racing competitively, you know, finishing somewhere in the mid-pack, the top. My goals were to become a pro driver. I never really set a goal beyond a pro driver.
But for those of you who also want to make a journey into the world of off-road racing like Mark, be prepared to spend some cash.
It depends on what level you want to be racing at. If you want to go out there and enjoy it, you know, you can work on $25,000 or so a year. If you want to run in the top in this pro light class, you're probably going to spend somewhere between $50 to $75 per.
Mark Kleiman is making somewhat of a return to racing this season. This will be his 2nd consecutive season back on the track, but this time he has added motivation.
As a father with 2 sons out here racing, I guess my goal would be to keep schooling them and keep them behind me, I guess. But as they learn and get better and get more experienced with the trucks, that's going to be harder and harder to accomplish.
Mark Kleiman will make his return to the racing scene in just a few weeks, but he won't be the only Kleiman that you'll see on the racetrack. Both of his sons will be racing as well. In our second part of our series that'll air tomorrow, you'll see the family tradition that goes behind the racing. For TV6 Sports, I'm Ethan Schmidt.